Alright guys, so it's been so long since I said I'm going to be doing a Q&A, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing now. However, I want to try and get my Pladio Rex up to level 28. I just need to get some of these fuses in. I only need a 20, so it just depends on what I get on the fuses. And I'm hoping I can get Pladio to level 28 because I just needed to just get more damage and be bulky. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I do have a lot of questions, and I mean so many questions here, and a lot of them are really good, really weird, and then really weird. So here is the Q&A that I've been saying I'd do for years and years on end, but now that I can finally do it, that's exactly what I'm doing. And please get a 20. Boom, 20. All right. I can get level 28 Pladio Rex. That is sick. All right. By the way, I do have some Megalocevia battles going up right now, and that's just with my friend Refrigerator, just to see what Megalocevia can do in an unboosted setting. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the funny show. Battles you're seeing right now are not live. However, that's just because I really cannot commentate while doing the battles, so I just wanted to put this one out. That being said, I'm going to start with some comments from the first video, and a lot of you guys put some good ones. So the first one comes from ProCYT, and he asks, would you like to see more Omega raids, and if so, which creatures do you want featured in the raids? Good question. So for a long time, I've wanted the Saurophaganax to be released, and that's one of my favorite carnivores. And I feel like having that, not necessarily an Omega, but I'd like it to have any rarity would be nice. Any other creatures I do want to see? Ooh, that's a hard one because there's a lot of Allosaur. I'd like to see Metracanthosaurus because we don't have that, and there's like a glitch in the game that shows Metracanthosaurus is released when you're darting. So it'd either be Saurophaganax or Metracanthosaurus as an Omega raid. I do think the Omega raids are a good addition, but whether or not we're gonna keep getting more creatures similar to Spinosaurus aegypticus, we shall see. But Percy, good question. Then the next question. What did you eat for breakfast? I had eggs, sausage, bacon, and toast. Next question comes from A the Legend, and he asks, what are your thoughts and hopes on Brawl mode? Okay, so I can't really give my thoughts on it since the thing well, I can't speak. The thing is not out yet. However, I do hope that we can have a sort of raid style that Brawl that raids have. So you can have 4 different players versus 4 different players. So you can have, for example, 4 of your friends versus 4 other people, and you can all just kind of fight and have coordinated battles, which I think would be pretty good. I do hope that we get good rewards for this, and it's not just some sort of friendly battle thing. But I don't really want it to be, your 4 creatures versus someone else's 4 creatures, because that kind of just seems a little weird. But I think Brawl has potential. We just have to see what Lydia does with it. Okay, this is a good question. It comes from Paul Oguaria, 179. I hope I did not butcher that name, but if I have, I'm so sorry. He asks, question, what's your favorite creature in the game as in design? Ooh, there's a lot of creatures. Okay, so if you don't know, Magnoraptor used to have a pretty cool design back when it was first leaked, and that would probably be my favorite design. But since it's not really canon anymore, I would. It's simple, but I do like Allosaurus' design. I don't know what it is about Allosino, but it's always just been my favorite creature. Any others? I do like Imperatosuchus. I like Giganix. I like Magna Pyrotor. I think that's top 5 favorite designs. You got something like Utah Sinoraptor, I think is very neat looking. Thorodolosaur, I think is quite cool as well. So it would either have to be between Utah Sinoraptor, Allosinosaurus, or Mortem Rex is also very neat. But it'd have to be between either Mortem Rex, Allosino, or Utah Sinoraptor. So, good question. VREX5715 asks, would you be willing to make a video of the tier 5 enhancement moves of all meta viable creatures for those of us who don't know what they are? Good question. So I have actually been considering making that sort of thing. I did make 3 creature ranking videos in the past, and they've all done extremely well. However, I do also want to try to do stuff like that for tournaments and just other moves, like what are the best moves in the game, what are the best enhancement reactives. So that, yes, that is something that I am considering doing, and I've actually been looking into lately. So thank you for that. Next question, Mr. M Edits asks, would you be interested in seeing any Omega hybrids, and if yes, would your opinions on them, in your opinion, how would they work / function? For example, the level up, how to unlock a new move, and alerts. So, to put it simply, I don't really want Omega hybrids, and the reason for this being is that they will probably, because if you need a level 25 Apex to get, unique to get an Apex hybrid, then you would probably need a level 30 Omega, and just a lot of us wouldn't be able to get that unless Lydia can somehow work things out. However, I do think that it's just not a great idea because it's just going to be incredibly busted. For example, Clever Girl plus Spinosaurus, that'd be really, really cracked, and I don't think it would be healthy for the game, and it's already kind of in a bad position to begin with, especially taking tournaments into consideration. So, to put it bluntly, no, I don't think, I would not be interested in seeing Omega hybrid. Agent Morty asks, what's your favorite animal? I don't know, Agent Morty. I really don't know what my favorite animal is. But if I had to say what my favorite animal is, I would probably say baby rhinos. Okay. River Gobs asks, does Tiger have an Apex and Omega he despises the most? Oh, yes I do. Yes I do. So, in terms of an Apex I despise the most, it would have to be Concatalog. Either Concatalog or Saw. And Saw for the reasons that I just can't, I see myself getting shredded by Saw more than I do Concatalog. With Concatalog, I have a lot of the counters for it. With Saw, it's just very hard to compete with. And I really have a hard time with it because Afflicting Trap just shuts down a lot of your creatures in the game that cannot heal. So if I were to have to say it either between Saw and Concatalog, however, as an Omega, that would probably either be 93 Classic T-Rex, Sinraptor, or Clever Girl. So either one of those 3 just kind of do my head in. Sinraptor as well, but it's very, very light, so I don't really have too much of a hard time with it. Marmo Sexy asks, do you think if Jurassic World Alive wasn't owned by Ludia / Jam City, it would be better? I think Jurassic World Alive would be in a way better position if it wasn't owned by Jam City. To me, the people at Ludia seemed like they cared a lot more about the health of this game than Jam City did. So, to answer your question, yes, I do think this game would be in way better positions if it wasn't owned by Jam City. So, next question. Sean Mina 5887 asks, how much total money have you spent on this game? So I get this question asked a lot as well. How much money have I spent on this game? And I'm just going to say I've spent nothing on this game. I have never spent money on VIP. I've never spent money on bundles. I've considered it a lot of times, but at the end of the day, I've just never done so, and I never really seen the use for it because at one point this game is going to go, and everything that I spend on this game is also going to go. So I don't really want my money to go to shit. I like my money, and I'm smart with my money, so to put it easily, no, I've never spent money on this game, and I might put my transactions up as well if I remember to. Question. What is the best Apex in Jurassic World Alive? Asks Terry Fearing. And that's Concatalog. Moving on. This person asks, how do I have 999 plus darts? During COVID, Lydia put out like 350 darts per day for about, like 60 coins, so that's how I got so many darts, and I've just been stockpiling on a lot of them. I think now I'm on 49,000, whereas opposed to 4 months ago I was at 78,000. So I've been quite busy. So that's all the comments on the initial video. However, I did put a community tab post asking for more questions, so that's what I'm going to be answering right now. Once I find them, that is. Let's see. Okay, 26 questions. The first one comes from Gort2558. Do you think the newer ability icons in Jurassic World Alive look trashy, like Nullifying Group Impact and Magnet Impact, etc.? I think Magnet Impact is pretty straightforward. I don't really think it's confusing. If we take something into account like fucking Schooner Metrodon, then yeah, that one is just complete AIDS. I don't know. Like, Beaver was right when he said, what the hell is going on with this move? What is this move? Because it shows 79 different things while also showing an additional 420 things. So, yeah, I do think some of the moves are trashy, but a lot of them are just kind of straightforward and show you how it is. Next question comes from King of All Gigans. I like the name. What's your thoughts on Jurassic World Live's future, and could you see yourself covering anything else Jurassic World related? Jurassic World Evolution 2, for example. Yes, so, I did not long ago say that I was considering to merge Jurassic World the game and Jurassic World Live into one video about maybe like every other week, just because I've been playing Jurassic World the game a lot more, and it's been pretty fun, and I've been saving a lot of things to unlock for an initial video. As for Jurassic World Evolution 2, I might do it if the game is still popular. I don't know how many people are covering it. I do know Beaver is covering it a little bit, but aside from that, I don't really see anybody else playing it too much, so no, I don't really know if I will, but we'll see. We'll definitely see, but I am considering it. And as for Jurassic World Live's future, if Lydia keeps on going at this kind of pace, I don't really see this game lasting too long. But I honestly hope that they stop all of the fucking bullshit with adding so many different OP things. So that's my answer anyway. Moving on. Okay, so this is a great question that comes from Quigley Bro. Q&A question. Do you want YouTube to be your career? And if so, would you want it to be only Jurassic World Alive content? So, I've been asked this quite a lot before. I don't do YouTube as a career. I do it as a hobby. I already have a job, so therefore I don't need money, and I've seen what a lot of money can do to people. It just makes them dumbasses, and it makes their ego a bit too high, and I don't want to get to that point. And if I'm already making money, I don't want to pursue YouTube as a job, because I don't want to be like, okay, well, now I got to schedule this and this. I kind of like doing things at my own rate. So to answer your question, no, I don't want to do it as a career. However, I answered the other question. I'm not going to only be focusing on Jurassic World Live content, so there you go. Next question comes from ScrapaPookie.v. What are your thoughts on Panthera Blythe and Rexy? Those two most annoying legendaries. I think Panthera Blythe has actually kind of calmed down a little bit. It's still strong as fuck, and it can wall you if you don't have the right stuff, but we've got a lot of stuff these past few updates, like Parasaurolophus Lux. We've got Doe. We've got Great Lemkin. All of those creatures can really screw around with it. As for Rexy, yeah, that thing kind of screws me over way more than Panthera does. So I don't really find them annoying, but it really gets annoying if I'm on a streak and they just completely trounce it. This person asks, would you like to see a new mechanic like 2v2 or 4v4? I think that's what Brawl is, so yeah, I would like to see how that does. Moving on. Joj727 asks, DNA. Oh, okay, DNA. I think he meant Q&A. Do you like your YouTube channel and career? Do you like Jurassic World Alive a lot? Again, I don't do YouTube as a career, so moving on. Okay, so this person asks a very good question. Jurassic World Alive Snap asks, you posted that you were scared of chimpanzees. I probably know why, but can it be answered? Yes, it can. So, I'm not really scared of chimpanzees themselves. It's more of the fact of what they will do, what they do to you the moment they get their hands on you is what's scary. For those of you who don't know, the fucking car driver, the race car driver, the birthday cake chimpanzee incident, for those who know, you know, and then the Charlotte Nash incident, yeah, I kind of like keeping my face, my hands, and my balls. I don't really want that taken away because a chimpanzee decided he didn't like me anymore. And I like losing all of those things, and I don't want that removed and sent to Valhalla. So, to answer your question, I'm not really scared of chimpanzees themselves. I'm just scared of what they can do to you. As an animal lover, I like all animals. I think all animals deserve to live. if a champion, if a champion, oh my god, I can't speak. If a chimpanzee comes for me, then I don't even know if shooting it is gonna do any good, but if it does, it does, because I kind of don't want to suffer. And they know what they're doing. They're gonna go out of their way to make it as painful as possible for you, so that's why I'm scared of them. This person asks, what's my favorite dinosaur? And this comes from Uriel Hajanos, 60 through 26. So, my favorite dinosaur is either the Allosaurus or Spinosaurus. The Paleoaccurate Spino, I'm not really too much of a fan of. It's more so the JP3 Spino I'm a fan of. I've always loved that design, and I always thought it was vicious. So, moving on. This person asks, DinoCraft1204, what's your ethnicity? How old are you? And what state do you live in or provenance? So, I'm white, however, I am Bosnian, so not a lot of people know that, but there you go. I'm not going to answer really my age or where I live because I don't want to pull a sniper wolf on myself, so moving on. Ministers asked, my good friend, what is the absolute number one thing you think would help revive this game? Not adding so much powerful shit into it and not completely trouncing every feature that comes before. Moving on. This person asked, Tyrannotron asked, what's your most useful and favorite legendary in Jurassic World Live so far? So, as for most useful legendary, the legendary I see that comes in clutch a lot of the time is either Rexy or Panthera Blythe, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise. However, my favorite legendary, it's got to be Alicino. I love it. It's one of the coolest things. That or Utah Cineraptor. But that answers my question. Miguel Diaz asks, what are your thoughts about pillows? I think they're alright, you know, they help me sleep and they don't let my head bang against the bed sheets, or rather the back end, so moving on. Optimist 337 asks, do you prefer a Max Stegosaurus ungulatus, a Max Indonemes, or a Max Mortem Rex? Well, I can get a Max Mortem Rex. Stegosaurus ungulatus, I would probably prefer just because it helps me out with tournaments, and the other two don't really have a use, so moving on. The Lil King asks, if you owned the game, what would be the first thing you fixed? Just as I answered previously, not adding so much shit into the game and maybe actually listening to the community and what they want. Moving on. Agent Morty asks, why is your name Tiger Plays? So, my name used to be, back in the good old Xbox days, my name used to be The Gaming Tiger, and that's before I found out who The Gaming Beaver was. And I changed it to Tiger Plays because back around 2020 to 2021, so many people started to impersonate my name when I popped off. It was like The Gaming Rex, The Gaming Raptor, The Gaming Lizard, and I'm like, okay, there's so many The Gamings, I gotta switch up the name eventually, so that's exactly what I did, and now I'm Tiger Plays. Alien New asks, what is your favorite other YouTuber, and why is it Alien New? My favorite YouTuber is IDG Team 902. Moving on. Do you think the game is getting repetitive? I think it's getting repetitive. Yeah, they're just adding so many things. However, it looks like they are starting to introduce a little bit weaker Apexes that are somewhat niche, and, you know, features could use some reworking, but we'll see what they do with Brawl. Miguel Diaz once again asks, out of all these things, did I get any right? Is your voice, you sound like you have one wife, 1 to 8 kids, you're 35, stable job with high income, 7 Rolls Royce in the driveway, and 3 businesses that is sold for 28 million each. You are absolutely correct, and that is absolutely accurate. And then he asks again, do you like pizza rolls? I'm not really into pizza rolls that much. I kind of make my own pizzas, so that's, you know, I hope that answers that question. And then it's this person that asks, what the fuck? This person asks, oil up, Lil Tigga. I'ma be there in 5. Okay. Sweet. Alright, I'm getting these questions. Ever since that one video, I've gotten like 5 other people. It's just asking me to oil up for 10,000. I'm not going to do that, damn it. Stop asking me to oil up. I swear to God, I'm doing that for 100,000.